Good evening, YouTube. Good evening. This is Kenya Lynham welcoming you back for another movie night review, number 231, called Buzzkill. It's a short film, horror film. So it is now time to get into the movie night review with you tonight. Okay, so this is an animation horror film, okay, animated like a cartoon, or it is a cartoon, okay? And the lady on there, well, it's a couple and they're on a blind date. And somehow the guy, the male figure there, he gets closer to her money. And we don't know why at first, but he just sees the money and he takes it. But of course, she doesn't know him. So I think that's where it turns right there. But they seem to be getting along. She goes into the bathroom by herself and she says that she has a piece of hair in her eye, so she's going to go do something about it. But instead, it's a fly that's in her eye. And she said this has happened before and she needs to do whatever it is that she has to do. And it becomes like a horror picture right there. It's blood all over the place. She has some tape out and some other things. And then when she comes out, he sees a vault and he's just about to go into the vault. Somehow he has some kind of fetish with her cash. All right. So she about catches him, and then there's a whole bunch of flies that are right there at the vault. And they're just kind of hanging around, and he yells as soon as the flies come at him. No, she actually comes at him, and he sees the bloody. He sees a bloody picture. Okay, she was wrapping herself up after trying to get the fly out of her eye. So then, at the end of it, his head is somehow cut off, and I have no idea how. But she picks it up and she starts putting her tongue in him. All right, so that's the whole. That's the whole Buzzkill. It's a blind date and it turns bad. All right. So the subject of tonight is, if you could have a blind date, would you do it when you have money or don't have money? Okay. So I'll just name it. How love are you? The measurement of love. If I go out on a date, am I going to come back in and recognize that the guy is deliberately trying to handle me or not? Maybe or maybe so. Love will always tell you if he's to the left or to the right of whatever you're trying to do or whatever you are doing at the moment that you now have a date. So while the person is really into you, if I'm into you back, the measurement of love is right there, that I'm in front of you and you came back. However, after that, somebody has to give a little. All right. So if you are trying to come up to me, you would only like use my name. And if you've done it before, you would do it again. Then if I say something, he's supposed to like reciprocate what I've done. Now that's a measurement on its own that he's a guy. Other than that, it's just a loser. Okay? If he reciprocates the gesture back without me saying anything about the thing that I'm doing, the measurement back to back and in front, then he's the guy. He's the one. And then we can just kind of level on what that is. And I can work on me just as much as what he is and not have to involve myself more than what the money is in the first freaking place. Okay. So if he comes up to me, he's not scared and he's not responsible pretty much. I'm just working on me and he's doing his thing. All right. So the measurement of love and what I am and what I abode or about or whatever doesn't really have to come involved with him as much as it does anyway, because he's in front of me. And me with myself, the way that that sounds, measurement of love and love measures and things like that, that means he comes forward to me, but he's soft spoken. Okay. I speak that on my time. So that really means that I work on me harder than average because I have a one next to me and I am a one. All right. Now, is he a guy? Yes. Is he a good guy? That's the next measurement. All right. So if I have to recognize a person out just like across the country, that's that right there. It just stops. It's across the country. And I had to have already on that last measurement, I had to work hard. Okay. And it was level. So I know what I have to do. But across the country, that's that. So then the next time we go out to eat, if it's across the way, that's that. All right. But it's the truth. Okay. Because nobody's going to step up and speak you. But if you have already been spoken, he's definitely looking, but you do not want them looking as a shy person or a girl. You don't want them to be a not guy just for the fact of talking and shunning, okay? And gaining some interest while you're not looking. That's just not right, all right? So if I'm working on myself, you just don't want that to be like a hag, okay? Or a bag or a person who just is a fag. I mean, he's just not into you. Okay. You don't want that to be the guy. Okay. So if I approach myself a little bit harder or stronger, I know what that is without losing the relationship. I just don't lose it, but I know it's across the way that part is losing it. Okay. Before you would lose your mind or your sane self or your ability on a person because he is in front of you. Okay. That part before you go into some kind of sports league and say, I have to just do it all. No. All right. But you see that further out what that cost is, and it's not even a cost, it's just dang dead. Okay. Then you don't have to lose it because that's the part you recognize. Okay. But you don't have to because it's dang dead place. Okay. If it's a dang dead, those are the things you can dang by yourself. Okay. Those are the places you can dang by yourself. You really don't have to have a one, but you're more money for it at your choice and your level and without people around you. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So it's really just a person at that rate. And you're aware that he's more than, so you can pick him up here or pick him up later is that whole thing. It's a dead measure or situation that will not allow you to go any further with you. Okay. So that would be the part where people cry and almost scratch and you don't want, on the side there. So you keep your wit a bit, but you don't want anyone to figure out that you're gone is that part. Okay. So any further than that isn't anything. Any further than that isn't anything. So what place do you go to versus what place you just don't if you had your last monies? Then you just don't go there. Okay? That means what type of culture is worth the resolve rate. what type of culture is worth the resolve rate. But of course, that measurement is based upon only where you would go with your last. Okay? Across the way and where. And it's only a country and it's only an area and it's only the world. Okay? So if you would go around the world, he's taking you around the world. Then you're back at the place of that last dang. Then you're at the front. Then you can say, oh, okay, that's just a guy. Then if you go for a guy, the next time you know what you're running into, and that guy gave his last to someone else, is what the breakup would have been about. Okay? It's like nothing to figure out. He gave it to that, and he's still with you. But, and in front of you, it's like no spite, shame. Okay? So if it's no spite, shame about it, but he's the guy, we all figured out everything about love. Love only measures you, what you are, the most. It doesn't sway and it doesn't go anywhere, but it does allow us to have what it is, what it takes to do it. All right. So that is that. That's that for tonight. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.